Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's time for another build and another video, and I chose to build the new Hathaway movie that came out. It is the FD0300 Gustav Karl Type 00 EFF mass-produced mobile suit. And this is a kit that was absolutely redone from the ground up to look like the other versions of this kit, but I guess it has all new engineering and things like that in it. I'm kind of excited about it. I'm gonna paint this one, and I got some water slides coming for it, so we'll have to take a look at that after I get it all built and painted and the water slides come and I get them applied. Anyways, so this is a high grade kit. It's a 1/144th kit. It is Bandai, and this kit here was actually in a few of the other series. I believe Unicorn had a version, and I think one of the other UCs. Sorry about the camera. I'm just moving my camera around there so I can get a better view of the side of the box. So this is the side of the box. It has the weapons down here. Shows there's some open gimmick on the arm with some missile pods, it looks like, and all the redesign gimmicks for the legs and the hips, and a fully built. I think these are CGI renders, honestly, but they look good. Front and back, and then it tells you a little bit about the weapons over here, what it comes with. It comes with open hand, rifle, the bazooka, and a beam saber, and the shield that moves around. So I think this is going to be a really fun kit. The side of the box is the same artwork. It's number 264 in the line. And then looks like we have a scene from the movie over here, which is pretty cool. Tells you a little bit about it. If you want to read that, you can. So, and the other side is just what it is here. The same artwork from the front. So it's pretty neat. Okay, so let's put the box to the side because I already have the runners out of the box here. So we'll move the box out, put that over there, and we'll get the runners out. And this is a pretty decent stack of runners here. Anyways, I did open one bag up already because I was matching colors, and I was mixing colors to match. It comes with the manual in there. We'll take a look at that here in a few minutes. Anyways, in the first bag, we have an H2. It's a gray part. I'm going to turn this here light back on so you can see better. It's kind of a bluish greenish gray. I'm not sure how to describe it otherwise. Anyways, got the two beam saber effects in pink. Set those off to the side. This runner here has that big shoulder shield on it. Looks like it's a waist part, some leg parts maybe, or shoulders, probably shoulders because it's up there. There's the back skirt, the feet, bottom of the feet, part of the feet. Some nice detail on this kit. I don't know if you can see, they have like little divots and things in there. Look at this bag here. It has looks like duplicate part. Alrighty. That one there was a little tough to open for some reason. Yes, another one of those H parts. H1 has the face on it also. So we'll set that over there. This is a B2. Has some other parts on it there for, it looks like maybe the shoulders or the legs. I'm not sure. The shoulders and the legs both have that cool design. It's kind of, all angular and things like that. And there's a second runner. So those are B runners, and there's actually 2 of the exact same runner, B2 and B2, which is kind of different. Usually they do like a B1 and a B2, but that's how they did this one. Next bag. Alright, we have the C1 runner. It has the main body part on there, the chest. Some more of the feet. This is a really nice color blue, and so is this, and they were actually kind of hard to match, to be honest with you. I got them pretty close with mixing paints, so that's why I had the one bag open, because it was mixing paints for this. And the F1 runner, I bet these are the shoulders here. They look more like the shoulders. And more armor parts there. This definitely has leg parts in it. Try and get it out. Let's see. This is the A runner because it is multicolored, and it's usually the A color that is multicolored. If I can get it out of the bag. Maybe I can get this out of the bag. It doesn't want to cooperate. Only because I'm doing a video here. Alright. It has a nice red here on it. This yellow, it's a nice looking yellow. It shows it a lot paler in the color guide. I didn't mix that color. I have a yellow that's close to this I'm going to use. And the red, of course, is red. But those are the plates for the legs on the sides. So you can tell this is going to be a pretty decent sized model kit. And it looks like some frame parts. What else is in this bag? Alright, we have big old sticker for the shield. This is why I ordered the water slides, by the way, because that would be a nightmare to put on that shield and make it stay right. The water slide will just conform. So, and some stickers. It looks like these are color correcting stickers. I think, if I remember right, these go on the legs to separate it, and sensors, and of course the eye sensor. And another bag there we go. Alright, yeah, these bags don't seem to want to come open. They're giving me some trouble. Alright, leg frame. That's pretty interesting for an HG. You have a nice leg frame. And of course the back of that shield, which I believe it shows it being blue on there. So you will have to paint this if you want it accurate. Here's that open hand for the left hand. Looks like you only get a trigger. You get a trigger finger and 2 holding hands, and then the 1 open hand for the left. So, and this here looks like the waist stuff. That looks like the crotch part and the back skirt. There's some nice vents in there. It's pretty nice. They're stepped. Be really nice looking painted. And what's in the last bag? Let's see here. Alright, some more frame parts. This is E. We have 2 of this. They're a mirror. Leg joints and arm joints and thrusters that should have color in them that don't. But it is a high grade, and you will have to paint some things, so be aware if you want it to look like it does on the package. You're going to have to use some Gundam markers or some paints and a brush or something to make it look the way you want it to look, if that's the way you want it to look. Otherwise, you can just straight build it, and I'm sure it would look just fine. This is the weapons. It looks like the gun that the Jagan uses, I think. I think that's what it was. Or one of those. It's a pretty cool machine gun. And this really interesting bazooka that has two cartridges on it, it looks like. So I'm not sure how that works, but I guess I have to watch the movie and maybe I'd understand a bit better. I unfortunately didn't have the movie playing anywhere close enough for me to get tickets and go see, so I will be waiting for it to come out on Netflix. Alright, well, that's a G1 runner. Anyways, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 frame parts there. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, 14, 15, 16 runners in this with the beam sabers. So that's a pretty decent sized kit. It's probably why it costs a little bit more. So give me a second here. Let me move these runners out of the way and we'll take a look at this manual. Get this trash out of the way also. All right. Let's see here. Position this and go in a little bit, and we can take a look at this. I'll turn this light back off so we can see. And this isn't. I guess we're gonna go a little big with it there, and that way you can see. How's that? There we go. That'll work right there. Okay, so we have a nice rendition of it painted on the front there. It tells you all the weaponry and everything about it. This is a 22 meter high mobile suit, so yeah, it's going to be pretty big size. So usually, like for instance, like I think the Seed Gundams were like 18 meters or 19 meters, and the same with the it was like 16 or 18 for the 00. So yeah, this is going to be a bigger suit, so bigger mobile suit. All right, let's see what's inside. We got a parts list and the normal stuff. This is booklet style. It's stapled down the middle, so that should kind of tell you it's a bigger kit also. And just goes over, and it looks like they have you starting with the chest and the backpack and all that, and then moving on to the head and the arms, and then down to the feet and the legs, and more legs. It seems like there's a lot of stuff that goes on in the legs. Looks like it has these thrusters in there that might move even. It's pretty neat. Wasn't expecting that. And more legs, and then the waist. And it does have a peg hole for an Action Base 7, sold separately. That's what it says. It recommends is a 7, so. And then down to the weapons, the shield, the bazooka, beam sabers, and then onto the back where it tells you a little bit about it. I'll hold that up. Maybe you can pause it and you guys can read that if you want. There's the English. And the Japanese up there. There's the story about it down here. If you guys want to pause it and read it, you can. And the color guide here, which is actually pretty standard. There's some mixing. The blues, there's a little bit of specific colors there. Now those will all correlate with Mr. Hobby, Mr. Color, lacquers, and acrylics, I believe, but I'm not real sure. Somebody has told me in the past that the acrylics correlate with these also, so have to see. I don't really use acrylic paint, so. Alright, well, that's going to be it for this part 1 of this video, and I'm going to get to work building this up and painting it and getting water slides on it and all that fun stuff, and I will see you all back in part 2. Thank you very much for everyone being a subscriber. If you're not subscribed to my channel yet and you would like to, please go down below this video and hit that subscribe button. And when that comes up, hit the bell notification and choose all. That way you get notified every time a video is released from me. If you do that, that would be awesome. I'm trying to grow my channel still. I know I've been around for a little while and I'm doing these shorter videos now. They seem to be being watched more. Hopefully we can keep growing this community. That would be awesome. Anyways, thank you all for watching this video, and I will see you all in the next one.